Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in Columbus, Ohio. In the previous episode, we finished up the 2042 off-season re-sign phase, free agency, brought up a few questions, fired our coach. We have a new head coach. Surprise! It was a bold thing to do heading into our last two seasons, but we had a lot of turnover, a lot of new assets. A few things changed, and we're going to go over all of that. We're going to begin this season. It's one of the last seasons, so I guess we have to enjoy it. And if any of you are wondering, I will do a full franchise mode recap, and I'll go around the leagues, show you what every team looks like soon. Not right now, because we still have one more year left. The league could change a bit, but we are trying to go back to back to back. And that obviously starts right here in September. Preseason is already underway because we picked up a few free agents just for the AHL. Nothing too big. I do that plenty of times off camera. It's not that important. But let's go ahead and talk about the regular season lineup, and it looks a lot different than what you are usually used to. You're like, oh my God, Jeffrey Woodworth not up there on the right? Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts my head. When was the last time we had another first line right winger? Our first season and a half? 2 seasons? So 2 seasons out of the 23 seasons that we've played, Jeffrey Woodworth wasn't the first line center or centerman. First line right winger. I'm already off to a fantastic start to this episode. Yuri Kovalev gets that spot. I really like him. He is a pure sniper. He's going to be playing with Matthew Savoie, who's just a dynamite player in MP3, who is also a playmaker. Potentially throughout the season, I might throw Friesen up there on the top line instead. I mean, MP3 might be a second liner. Bobby Friesen is probably a first, and I don't know. Because we know Matthew Savoie can score 60 goals. Yuri Kovalev can score 50. Bobby Friesen might be a good playmaker to put up there right or in the future. But I want to see how this team gels, and I don't know. I'm not too sure we're going to gel all too well to start the season. I know once we make it to the playoffs, we will. We better. Are you kidding me? I think we're going to struggle out of the gate. I think going into the postseason will be better, especially with a new head coach, a more defensively minded coach. It might work better, but we have a lot of getting used to. So let's start at the top. First line is looking great. As usual, it's not the MVP line anymore. Matthew Savoie is the last guy remaining out of Matthew Savoie, Jeffrey Woodworth, and Joshua Waugh. It sucks. No more +3 on that top line. Second line, you got Alexander Mironov. Wish I could see this guy's career unfold, but we're getting a little late in this franchise mode. Bobby Friesen and Marcus Lindstrom. So I'm hoping after a disappointing offseason from Lindstrom and Mironov, they turn it around. Bobby Friesen, who has had fantastic postseason success, is going to help these two guys out, I think. I hope he goes out there and has a great season, especially alongside of two guys that can score goals, who will score goals. I mean, Mironov, he won the Calder last year. He had 30-plus goals. He had 30 goals. You put up a pure playmaker next to these two guys, I think that line could work really well. Third line, looking really interesting this year. Curtis Morgan is a pure playmaker. 111 assists a few seasons ago for the Islanders. They come over here. They're going to be playing together. I thought, you know what, let's keep the Islander boys together. Hugo Bergeron, he's a more defensively minded player. He's going to help us out in the long run, but I think right now it's best for him to play there on the third. It says actually that he's scheme fit wise is one of the best on his third line, so he should work well there. And then you got Ola Silverberg. I think you put a sniper there next to a playmaker and a guy who can be defensively reliable. It could work. Fourth line. Khalil Fallon, I know, man, you're getting older. You're like, give me more time, man. You get plenty of special team time. I just think right now it's more important to put Fallon is awesome. So throughout the season, I could always change things up. I think the players that we have are great. I'm not sure that they're going to gel all that well. Oh, see what I'm basically Dr. Seuss. But I know that the players that we have, if we switch them around enough, they will start to work. Then you got Melvin Rodriguez, who scored a few goals in the postseason. Because 4 goals. 1 game winner. What a beauty. And then you have the rookie in Grayson Murphy, who is getting some time here in the NHL to prove himself. I'm hoping he does. I'm hoping he takes that next step. He looks solid. I'm not sure if he's going to be the best statistically this season, but playing alongside Khalil Fallon and Melvin Rodriguez should help you out a bit. Defense. Honestly, losing Chance Walker, we look stronger, especially with Matthias Wiklund coming up, and he's an 83 overall, getting in his first season. How has he been in the AHL? He's been solid. Last year, 43 points. I'm hoping he takes that next step and is a good defenseman for us. Abel Carlos, that's how I'm going to say it. I don't care. You can't stop me. Then Mikko Jarvinen. They're dynamite. There's no question about it. I don't even have to talk about that. Luke Wheeler, who I've given some special line time to. I need him to take another step. 25 points is fantastic. Wasn't great on the power play last year, even though we gave him so much time on the power play. So I haven't limited him, but I've definitely changed up the special teams this year. It's a whole different thing. It's a different thing this year. 25 points last year ain't bad. I'm hoping you take another step. That's going to be important going forward. Then you got Magnus Lundstrom and Walker Farmer. Walker Farmer is going to be the anchor there on the third pairing. He's getting plenty of time on the penalty kill, so he shouldn't be too upset there. I will go through the special teams, show you all that. Looking like this, making sure everybody gets some time, all the offensive players. I'm hoping... do I go... You know what? I'll go Curtis Morgan there. Yeah, passing to these 2 guys. That works for me. MP3's getting 2 slots there, so maybe he can go off and have his best season so far. That'd be dope. Kovalev, I think that first line should be good. I'm hoping it is. 4-man, Savoie, Morgan. Yeah, it's looking solid. The players that we have, as I said before, are looking dynamite. It just might take a bit to get them gelling, but going into the playoffs, I think they'll be pretty solid. I think. And I'm currently recording this during Super Bowl Sunday, and I think... 49ers are up. They scored a touchdown. Cool. I'm not a big football fan. I'm trying to get into it slowly, but as you can see, I clearly care more about my NHL right now because I'm recording. Duh. Penalty kill is looking the strongest it's been in years. I'm hoping that transitions statistically, they have a +3. Hugo Bergeron is going to help us out there. Mironov getting plenty of time. Here's hoping. 3-man is looking like that. Dope. Good for me. And then extra lines. 4-man. 4-on-4 continued. And then 3-on-3 is, just gorgeous. Mwah. Extra attacker, Savoie and Yuri Kovalev. Savoie, man, oh man. He's currently had 12 straight 100-point seasons. I'm not sure he's going to have the success he had last year, but I'm expecting 100 points out of him. He's 38. He could catch up to Jeffrey Woodworth in goals this year if he tries hard enough. Here's hoping. Here's hoping. And shootout is looking like that. Now, I do want to talk about something right now. I did mention it in previous episodes. Bryce Barch is currently 1 overall better than Vyacheslav Kavanov. But if you haven't been paying attention lately, Vyacheslav Kavanov is currently 26 wins away from Martin Brodeur's record. 26. And I'm not sure if he's going to retire this year, but I want to be sure. I want to be positive he gets that record. It's coming down to the wire. You never know when a guy is going to retire, but 36 is where you start to get a little bit worried. So, I've taken it upon myself to turn auto-rotate goalies off and play him until he gets 27 wins. 26 ties Martin Brodeur. 27 gets him the all-time record. I think he can. I know we can do it. I know he can do it. If we play well out of the gate, he should get it pretty soon. I know I feel bad doing that to Bryce Barch, but there's only 2 more years left. This is the second last season, so it's not a big problem. I want to make sure that Vyacheslav Kavanov goes out as one of the best of all time. He is one of the best of all time, like 9 Vezinas or something crazy like that. Gorgeous. Our scratch players are Matt Goring, and defense is Francois Huberdeau. Nothing too big there. I will go through the AHL, even though I'm not super concerned with it, especially not developing prospects. I know it sucks. The only real prospect we have here is Robert Eklund. Maybe he can turn into something, but if we need to make a trade or two, we do have a few assets that we could trade away to acquire a few guys, if need be, if it comes down to it, okay? Defense, I am really excited about this guy, Guy Bouchard, which is a fantastic name. He is a low elite, so he might not grow this season at all, or he could have an off-season jump, similar to Vikland. Sucks that I'm not going to be able to see that guy grow either. Or Reasoner, he's 22. He could become a valuable NHL defenseman. Goalie tandem is Desmond Byers and Brizgalov. I don't want to trade away Bryce Barch just because I think our roster is too full at this point. And as I said before, there's only 2 more years left. What is this guy going to be? I want to make sure Vyacheslav Kavanov goes out with the record. That's one big thing I care about right now. Scratch players are DuPont, all these guys here. Now there is one other big thing that we have to discuss right now. Jeffrey Woodworth was the captain for the majority of his career. Seth Jones was stripped after a bad postseason. I think we got swept by Montreal or Washington in the first round. And I strip him. I'm like, Jeffrey Woodworth is the guy. He is the guy to take us into the future. He never let go of that thing. He ran with it. He was one of the best players of all time. But we currently don't have a captain. And I haven't gone into the screen. And I'm pretty sure I know who I want it to be. It says right there that it's Matthew Savoie. And I'm going to take the A off Kovalev and give it to, I think Abel Carlos deserves it. You know, he's been with this team forever. I think Luke Wheeler, I'm going to take it off him, and I'm going to give it to Fallon. He's been on this team for a while. He deserves it. But the C is going to go to Matthew Savoie. Matthew Savoie is the captain. If Stu Cam was still around, he'd be the obvious pick, but he's been gone for a few years. This is only the second time I've had to pick a captain, which is kind of crazy throughout this entire franchise mode. So having Matthew Savoie on this roster, being our captain, leading us into a new season, he deserves it more than anybody else. But here we go. It is time for the 2042-2043 regular season. Now, Vyacheslav Kavanov is the starting goaltender. I hope we start off well. I'm hoping we start off well. I know it might take some time to adjust to all these new players, all the new lines, the new head coach, but I think we're going to be a solid team. I know we might not be a President's Trophy winning team, not a 60-win team anymore, but I think down the stretch we will be okay. And if not, I'm going to be upset because we need to finish these 2 years strong. Okay, first game is against the Calgary Flames. I'm not going to slow sim it because slow simming in the regular season is voodoo. And I won't be doing that until my next franchise mode. Calgary, 6-5 win. I will take it. 25 wins away from tying the record. 24 wins away. I'm thinking here, buds. It's going to be great. Head coach replaces player in the AHL. And we drop one against the LA Kings. Drop 2 straight against West teams. That's not good. 3 straight. Yikes. Okay. Don't really care about the draft class. That's 4 straight, boys. That is 4 straight. That is not good. Can we turn it around with the win there against Winnipeg? Awesome. I will take it. And I'm not saying Kavanagh is going to be the guy in the postseason. But Bryce Barcher could definitely take that job. I just want to make sure Vyacheslav Kavanagh gets the 27 wins. And then we can ride Bryce Barcher. Okay? Okay, a few guys are upset. Hugo Bergeron is okay, though. That's good. Glad that we're on the same page. Detroit, 7-4 victory. Now we are above 500. Everybody wants to talk to me. I know, Khalil. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do right now. There's nothing I can do. You just need to play. You know what kind of player you are on this team now, okay? But everybody wants to talk to me. Everybody. I don't want to talk to you. Bobby Friesen, you're a team player. That's what I like to hear. That is what I like to hear. Can we finish the month off strong? Regulation loss against Ottawa. Buffalo, come on. Turn it around, please. Matthias Vikland is hurt. Till the 6th, head coach replaces player. And an 8-0 shutout over the Buffalo Sabres. So a rough start to the regular season. I'm not going to lie. Bobby Friesen leading the team in points. We're not even in a playoff spot. Those are held by Eastern or Atlantic teams. So let's go into the stats. I'm going to have to... As I said, I thought we were going to be shaky off the start, but this is the worst start we've had in a very long time. So let's see who is not performing. Bobby Friesen. This is the steps that I wanted to see him take. 14 points in 10 games. He's scoring goals this year, which is huge. Matthew Savoie, 14 points. Not that 100-point pace, but he's not going out without a fight. Yuri Kovalev, 7 goals, leading the team in goals. 12 points. MP3, 12 points as well. Lindstrom, awesome after an okay rookie campaign. He's doing not too shabby. Calder, reigning Calder champion. Calder winner. He's a champion in my heart. 9 points. Okay, so I see a problem. Curtis Morgan and Hugo Bergeron are not the best. Point-wise, they're not awful. Hugo Bergeron could be better. 6 assists for Curtis Morgan. I might change them up. That is a thing I could try. Melvin Rodriguez with 4. Fallon with 4. Murphy with 2, -3. Ola Silverberg -5. So we're not having offensive struggles. It's just the players that aren't performing are just doing really bad defensively. So that's something to look at defensively. How are we doing here? Okay. So it might be the coach change. I'm not sure. I should have stuck with our head coach. But I don't know. I thought it would be good to change things up, even though we won a Stanley Cup. I don't know. But Walker Farmer, 3 points. Not bad. -1, though. Abel Carlos with 3. He'll just get better. Luke Wheeler with 2. Same with Vikland. Same with Jarvin and Lundstrom with 1 point, -1. So the defense not doing the best. Goaltending. Kavanagh has not been good. Okay. 5-5-0. 1 shutout. So I think we're going to give him a bit of a rest. We're going to give him a bit of a rest. We are going to... We're gonna keep off auto-rotate goalies, and we're just going to play Bryce Barch a bit. But... I think I'm going to go... We're so stacked. So I think I'm going to go with and put Murphy there. Try that out. More defensively, a skilled player on that third line could help in their advantage. Defense. I mean, Huberdeau's coming in. It sucks, but I mean, I could go with something like that for a bit. I'll do that. I'll do that for a bit. That sounds good to me. But no, right, I came over here to put Bryce Barch in for a bit. Just for a bit, see if we turn things around, and then put Kavanagh in for a bit, because he's getting 26 wins this year. Okay, he needs to. If he's 1 or 2 short, I'm going to be really upset. But I also want to start winning some games. That's what matters. Okay, so let's go 3 games, see how we do. Hopefully we pick up 3 straight. That would be nice. Get us back into contention here. 1. And we lose 1 against Philly. Oh, we're struggling here. 500 through 12 games. It's not good. So raising some questions heading into the latter half of this season, potentially. Vikland will go there. Walker Farmer back down to the 3rd pairing. So we pick up 2 of 3. Not bad. So until he loses 2 straight, okay? That works for me. Tampa Bay. Let's go on a roll here. We need 5 straight wins. Come on, boys. Tampa Bay. 3-2 OT win. So we're winning extra time games and a regulation loss against Colorado. Let's go 2 more. Philadelphia. Come on. Philadelphia. Bogosian's hurt in the AHL. Head coach replaces player. Philadelphia. Regulation loss. But a regulation win against the Rangers. I think I'm going to throw Kavanagh back in the net. So we're struggling. We are struggling hard right now. And that's exactly what I said was going to happen. I'm not sure what I'm supposed... We look like a solid team. We do. Bryce Barch wasn't awful. But I'm going with Kavanagh right now. We should be a good team. So, you know what? I'm going to go with something like... I would hate to do that. I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Kavanagh's in the net. We just got to find our rhythm. We got to find our rhythm. A little bit out of the playoff spot. We're 1 point out of a playoff spot with 1 game at hand from the Devils. So we just need to pick up 2 or 3 wins in a row, and we're back in the big picture. Okay, 2 straight against Eastern Conference teams here. Come on, Buffalo and Washington. Come on, Buffalo. And 2 straight, Kavanagh, you stud. 4 goals allowed in 2 games. I will take it. Let's keep going there. I believe we're back into a playoff position. I will take that. That's good for me. Florida. The Florida Panthers. Regulation loss. That's not good. New Jersey. Can we pick up 1? Okay, so we drop 1 of 4. That's not bad. Okay, and we do beat the Devils, who we were in a race there. Okay, let's finish this second month strong. Ottawa and Detroit. OT win, I'll take it. Hugo Bergeron wants to talk. Let's persuade. And you're mad at me. This upsets me. I wish Jeffery Woodworth was still here. You know that? I miss him. Regulation loss there. Okay, so let's go 2 more games. Finish the month out strong. Pittsburgh and the Avalanche. Avalanche, a Stanley Cup Finals rematch. Curtis Morgan wants to talk. How many times do I have to talk to you, man? Ugh, I don't want to talk to you. Come on, man. I don't feel like it. Pittsburgh. Kilo Fallon wants to talk. Man. Okay, you're happy. That's good to hear, because everybody else is unhappy. I'm glad you're happy. You're a legend. Pittsburgh. Can we get a W? Yeah, we do. Avalanche. And that's huge, Kavanagh. That is what I'm talking about. That is big. MP3 leads the team in points. That's not something I thought I'd ever see. We are tied for the wild card spot. That's good. And we're only 1 point out of 3rd place in the division with 2 games at hand. So we look to be in an okay playoff spot, but we're also not that far out of a playoff spot. There's a lot of teams catching up to us. But we also had to fight to get back into a good position. MP3, 35 points. That's pretty good. And a few of our big guys are coming out clutch so far. 35. Didn't expect to see this from him. It might be because we're playing him with both power play units. 12 power play points. Ain't too shabby. 35 points for Matthew Savoie as well, so he's trying to win another Art Ross. We will check out the entire league stats because I forgot to do that the first month because I was too upset with how my team was performing. 24 points for Bobby Friesen. Maybe a 70-point season for him this year, which would be a big step. Yuri Kovalev not scoring any goals, though. So it looks like he's more of a passer this year, but he's getting points. Lindstrom, 23, is also not that bad. Mironov, 20 points as well. Curtis Morgan has yet to score a goal with the Blue Jackets, 13 assists, -3, so he's gotten a little bit better. Fallon, 12 points. Hugo Bergeron, -7. I think we will be strong heading into the playoffs and going down the stretch. I think we will. I could totally be mistaken. I could be. It's kind of a test at this point for future franchise modes, but I do want to go out strong. And Silverberg with okay, so we're defensively we're not hitting all the marks. We're not. So we can look at improving, but we don't have a lot of cap space, so maybe we look to trade a guy we literally just traded for and trade for something, you know? I'm not sure. I'll have to look around the league. Abel Carlos definitely turning it around there. 11 points, 25 games, +7. So our defense got a bit better. Walker Farmer, 10 points as well. How many points do you have in your career? +500, 458 points in almost 1,000 games. Beauty. He'll probably hit... There's probably won't hit 500 this year. He needs 42 more points, so he's going to have to go off for one of his best seasons ever, but I doubt that'll happen. Great defenseman, though. Mikko Jarvinen, 8 points. Ficklund, 4 points. So, Luke Wheeler, man, I don't know what it is. I'm not really that sure. Maybe I should have gotten rid of our assistant and associate coaches. That might have been what I should have done. Maybe this team would have gelled better if I would have replaced the entire coaching staff instead of just the head coach. Because Luke Wheeler has not turned out to the player that I thought he'd be. I do love him, though. I do love him, don't get me wrong. We've won a few Stanley Cups with him. So I can't be... I'm upset, obviously. But 25 points is going to be hard to match at this production rate, you know? Lundstrom, 3 points. Huberdeau with 2 in 3 games. Not bad, actually. Goaltending, how's it looking so far? Kavanagh, 11 wins. Okay, not awful. And Bryce Barch wasn't too bad in his games there. We just need to turn on the Jets. We need to get better. Our whole team in general needs to just start producing. Entire league. Bryson Higgins. From the Vancouver Canucks, 44 points in 27 games. 24 goals. Where the hell did this guy come from? A 2029 draft pick. Who are you? You are a goal scorer. Wow. This guy just fell under my radar. Good season so far. Trevor Curry from Montreal, 35 years of age. The old guys can get it done. Tumo Laxo. Shane Wright decided to go over to the Avalanche. Could you imagine a Stanley Cup Finals rematch? That would be sick. Andrew Dunham, so that is a pairing and a half. Ooh, yikes. MP3 is up there. Same with Savoie, so maybe he can contend for an Art Ross. 2 games at hand on the first place, okay? So I'm assuming, yeah, Higgins, 24 goals, leads the league by a fair margin. Okay, defense. What does it seem to be? Urstorff for the Montreal Canadiens. Looks like they're having themselves a good season. Good for you. He's currently the front runner for that trophy. plus 18 too. So, good season from him so far. A really dominating season. Goaltending. Currently, Max Gerber, former Columbus Blue Jacket, is with Philly. We did not trade him to Philly. We traded him to San Jose, and then he went to Philly. Because obviously every goalie that we ever trade comes back into the Metro Division. Obviously. Giordano, another... Nope. That is a former Columbus Blue Jacket. Everybody's a former Blue Jacket. Gerber having a fantastic season with Philly. I wish I could get a 924 goaltender. I wish I could, but I just don't. Because voodoo, am I right? Brodziak currently leading the pack by a little bit in the rookie department, so... Okay, I see how it is. So a meh start to the regular season. There are plenty of questions that have arisen after this 15-10-0 start. One of our worst starts in a very, very long time. There are questions that will need to be answered tomorrow. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.